Hi, welcome back to the show. Yes, I've got Kathleen and Gerhard from Vital Signs Consulting, and I really do appreciate you staying back a little bit longer just to squeeze a little bit more out of this journey you guys have been on. And I suppose a lot of people are saying you had a concept for Vital Signs Consulting. You went out and you went, okay, we're going to do it. But a lot of people say, did you really know what it was going to morph into at the beginning? Or do you think through experience and through time, it's starting to get to actually a shape that you're going, you know what, this is pretty good. How was it for you? How's that startup journey been for you?
I think it's been one of evolution. Business owners will identify with that.
Yes.
I think it's changed a bit from its original concept, but really because we've sort of tuned in and started listening to what people are looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we're really wanting to achieve is to let people know that their own brand in today's market is currency, and that they can have the confidence to go out there and start their own business.
Yeah.
And there are people like Gerhard and myself that are there to support them and help them along the way.
It's interesting that I heard Kathleen mention about people becoming their own brand.
Yes.
It does seem to be the new economy. Is that what you're finding, Gerhard, that this is now the way of the future?
It is so important, and more important is that you need to manage your own brand. Social media is everywhere, and before people are going to do business with you, they will search. And what they see here in front of you and what they see on social media might be two different things. And if there's no trust, I think it will affect the business relationship.
I mean, I've heard recruiters using social media to check you before they employ you.
Yes.
Or to check you to go, we actually need to job hunt that person.
Yeah. Because your brand is your promise to the market.
Right. Oh.
So
what was that? What did you say? I'll catch this one. What did you say your brand was?
Your brand is your promise to the market.
Ooh.
So, but you have a brand and your business have a brand. So I think that's very important to acknowledge. It's not only one brand.
Right.
Your business got a brand, you got a brand. And you have to manage both of them.
Wow. Now that's an interesting concept. How does a couple put a unified brand out there for their individuality and their business? Or am I looking at three brands?
That's something that we struggled with in the beginning. And originally we actually had sort of joint branding.
Team Stoop.
Yes. As a couple, that was kind of a nickname given to us by others.
Right.
And then I think we quickly realised that because we have complementary skills, we actually now have our own branding, but we work on it together so that there's this sort of natural resonance between the two of us. So,
right.
Yeah.
And then the actual business. Can you describe to me what it, because I can hear a few people now going, okay, I get personal brand, business brand. Is there a difference? Should they be the same? Or should there be a distinction? What do you take on that?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think that's going to vary on an individual basis.
Yeah.
I think it very much depends on the type of work that you do. For us, our brand, there is a clear association, but our personal brand's also quite distinct from Vital Signs Consulting. There's an authenticity, so what you see on our personal brands comes through in Vital Signs Consulting.
Yep.
But certainly there are things that we do in our own brands that wouldn't necessarily be particularly relevant in all cases to Vital Signs Consulting.
But also people do business with people. Understand? So that relationship needs to be there. If you have, for example, Nike, people buy the brand.
Yes.
So they don't know who's behind Nike.
No.
So again, it depends on the type of business.
So it's a good point. I know for like small startups and people just getting going, people talk about branding and say, no, it's really important if you're going to have a really good brand to have a really good set of values that the marketplace can grab hold of. Do you think that your brand should always reflect your values? Is that something that needs to be done these days?
I agree with that. The stronger your brand gets, the more credibility you get.
Right.
And the more credibility you have, the more powerful you become. And the bigger your brand, people will start coming to you. You don't have to go and look for clients anymore.
That's why they always queue up outside the Apple Mac store.
Of course, exactly.
Whatever you selling, sign me up.
So the stronger your brand, the more credibility you have, the more power you have, the more people will come to you. So you spend less time chasing clients all the time.
Does that mean as you grow and your brand becomes more powerful, you have to spend more time managing the brand itself to make sure it doesn't lose its authenticity? Did you were saying, Kathleen?
Absolutely. I think it is, I don't want to say a full-time job because that makes it sound like hard work. But I think it is something you consistently need to do. And it's something that you need to be mindful of.
Right.
It's very interesting in this sort of age of social media. A lot of people just will say, well, I'm not into that. And yet we know, moving in business circles, if just as a silly example, if you meet someone and they'll immediately try and look you up on LinkedIn. If you're not there, it's already a question mark. That question mark might mean different things.
Yes.
But I think in terms of running your own successful business, you absolutely need to have a social media brand. You need to have a brand for your business, and you do need to be actively managing those. And it will change as the business needs change.
Yes.
It's an organic process.
It was interesting. I was doing some work in a fairly major corporation. I went into the CEO's office. I couldn't believe his desk was empty. He had lots of time. We're chatting away, and he had a little plaque sitting on the desk, and it just said that, it's very important that all my people understand their values, because that's how they'll base their decisions on, and it's very important they understand what we're trying to achieve, because when they understand the two, the decisions will become even better. My job is to make sure the first two things get done. And you're saying about time, but he was saying as the bigger the company got, the more he had to spend on, well, you said people. He said it's all about people. He said take away all the buildings, take away the machinery, take away the vehicles. The biggest asset the business had was its people. And I just find that in this day and age of technology and thumbs going on phones, it's still, to me, seems to be even probably more relevant.
And that can also be part of your brand, how you look after your people.
Yes.
And I think the one thing that we've seen is it can take a lifetime to build your brand and 5 seconds to break it down.
Yes.
So you need to manage your brand.
So people now that may be looking at stepping into their own business, or they're in their own business and it's not quite giving them what their original expectations or dreams were going to be. I'm sure we've all had a few hiccups along the way. What are some words of wisdom you would give these people who are just maybe having those doubts or going, I wish someone would just say something to me that might just help? What would you say?
One of the things that really resonated with me was, if not now, when. People are always sort of waiting for the right time. It's not the right time economically, or it's not the right time family-wise. There's never going to be a right time. No. So if not now, when?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a bit challenging. Gerhard?
I think for me, it comes down to taking action. If you don't take action, it just stays a dream.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference between having a dream and have a vision. If you have that vision, you take action, you will get there. But if you don't do anything, it will stay a dream.
And it doesn't have to be perfect. I think so many of us.
There's no perfect business.
Wait for it to, we want to wait for it to be perfect, but you've actually just got to get stuff done, get it out there. You've got to let go of being a perfectionist.
Yes.
And actually just get started, take that first step.
Yeah, I had a manager one time, and I was stepping into my first business. He said, here's the best thing I can ever give you. And he said, a grade B plan executed with total enthusiasm will be an A grade plan, a grade A plan. He said, because you'll be first to market, and look, it'll never be a grade A. And then what happened, Microsoft came on and launched, remember when Microsoft launched, we were that age,
Yeah.
they launched Windows, it didn't work.
Yes.
I remember, he was panicking whether he could, and he still launched this, I'll just fix it later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. Guys, it's been absolutely fascinating having you on. Thank you so much for your time. People listening now, watching, going, you know what, I wouldn't mind having a chat with the pair of you. What's the best way of them just having a complimentary conversation and just seeing if Vital Signs is correct for them?
I think they can email me on Gerhard at vitalscienceconsulting.com.
Yep.
.au.
Yep.
And we can just start a conversation.
Wonderful. We'll put that link underneath in the description, so you'll be able to contact Gerhard and Kathleen from there. Thank you so much. It's been fantastic.
Thank
Thanks
you so
for
much.
having us.
Thank you.